we explore one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American numismatics, the 1965 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular coin has a fascinating story behind it and could be worth a staggering $1.4 million. Stick around as we dive deep into its history, rarity, and current market value. First, let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1909 to honor the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. It has undergone several design changes over the years, but the 1965 penny stands out for its rarity. The coin in question is not just any 1965 penny. It's the one without a mint mark. In 1965, something interesting happened. The U.S. Mint made a decision to stop using mint marks on coins. This was due to a large-scale production effort, as the mint was working to produce enough coins to meet the demands of the rapidly growing economy. This change was only meant to be temporary. However, in that year, a small number of pennies were accidentally produced without the D or S mint mark, which identifies where the coin was struck, either Denver or San Francisco. Now, you might be wondering, why is this such a big deal? After all, most pennies from 1965 are pretty common and not particularly valuable. The real rarity lies in the specific errors that occurred in the production of these coins. In fact, the number of 1965 pennies without mint marks is extremely small, which makes them highly desirable among collectors. These coins were supposed to have a mint mark to show where they were produced, but due to a mistake, some of them slipped through the cracks. In the world of numismatics, any coin with an error or irregularity in its production tends to be more valuable than its counterparts. The 1965 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a prime example of this. Experts believe that only a handful of these coins were produced, making them exceptionally rare. Now, let's talk about the current market value. In 2024, a 1965 no-mint mark penny in good condition can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s. But if the coin is in mint or near mint condition, its value skyrockets. In fact, one such penny has been sold for as much as $1.4 million at a prestigious auction. This is no ordinary penny. It's a coin that represents a unique era in the U.S. Mint's history. To understand the value of the 1965 no-mint mark penny, let's dive into some of the factors that determine a coin's worth. First and foremost is rarity. A coin's value is often tied directly to how many of them exist. The fewer there are, the higher the demand, which drives up the price. As we've discussed, only a small number of these 1965 pennies were ever minted without a mark, making them highly coveted. Second, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Coins are graded based on their appearance, with a higher grade indicating better preservation. A coin in mint condition, meaning it looks almost as if it just came from the mint, will be worth much more than one that is worn down or damaged. For example, the $1.4 million penny that was sold at auction was in excellent condition, which added to its impressive price tag. Third, provenance matters. Coins with a documented history of ownership and certification from reputable numismatic experts can fetch higher prices. If a 1965 no-mint mark penny has been verified as authentic and is part of a well-known collection, collectors are more likely to bid higher amounts to acquire it. If you're thinking about searching for one of these rare pennies, you'll need to keep a few things in mind. First, it's essential to verify the authenticity of any coin before purchasing. There are many counterfeit coins out there, so it's important to buy from a trusted dealer or auction house. Also, make sure the coin is graded by a reputable organization, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These organizations can help you determine the coin's condition and provide documentation that can increase its value. So, how do you spot a 1965 penny without a mint mark? One of the easiest ways is to carefully inspect the coin under good lighting. Look closely at the reverse side of the penny, where the mint mark would typically be located beneath the date. If you don't see the usual D or S mint mark, then you may have one of these rare errors on your hands. Another method is to check the weight and dimensions of the penny. The 1965 penny was made from a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, so it should weigh around 3.11 grams. If the coin feels unusually light or heavy, it could be an indication that it's not a standard 1965 penny. However, this method isn't foolproof, as many similar-looking coins may still pass as authentic. For those who are passionate about coin collecting, finding a 1965 no-mint mark penny can be a thrilling experience. However, even if you don't have one of these rare coins, the world of numismatics offers many other opportunities to explore valuable and interesting coins. Whether you're interested in U.S. currency or coins from around the world, there's always something new to learn and discover in the realm of coin collecting. In conclusion, the 1965 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a truly remarkable coin with an incredible history and a current market value that can reach up to $1.4 million. Its rarity, the error in production, and the condition of the coin all contribute to its sky-high value. If you happen to find one of these pennies in your collection or while searching through your change, you could be holding on to a small piece of numismatic history. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable coins in history, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content. If you have any questions or thoughts about this rare penny, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We're diving into a truly fascinating subject that could make you rich if you happen to have one of these hidden gems in your coin collection. We're talking about the 2007 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has captivated collectors, and right now, its market value stands at a staggering $1.5 million. How can a penny be worth such an astronomical amount? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. If you're into coins or just curious about how things like this happen, you'll definitely want to stick around. Let's start with some background. The 2007 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is not like any regular penny you find in your pocket. The design of this coin is unique. In 2007, the U.S. Mint issued a series of pennies to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin features two significant designs, the familiar obverse with Lincoln's portrait and the reverse, which showcases the Union shield. But here's the kicker. Among the many pennies produced that year, a small number of them were minted with errors. These errors, though subtle, make the coin extremely rare and valuable. The particular error we're focusing on today is the 2007 penny with a double die, a mistake that occurred during the minting process. You might be wondering what exactly a double die coin is. Let me explain. A double die occurs when the design on the die that strikes the coin is misaligned or improperly struck, causing the image to appear twice. This can make certain features on the coin, such as the date or letters, appear doubled or more pronounced. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and when they do happen, the coins become highly sought after by collectors. Now, the 2007 penny is special because of a very noticeable doubling error in the Liberty lettering on the obverse side of the coin. This error was caused by a slight misalignment in the die, and when the coins were struck, they showed a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the word Liberty and the year 2007. Collectors and enthusiasts quickly realized how rare and unique this particular penny was, and as soon as word spread, the value began to rise. And now, with a market value of $1.5 million for just a single coin, this error is considered one of the most expensive pennies in the world. So, why is this penny worth so much? To put it simply, it's all about rarity. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, but mistakes like this happen so infrequently that they are practically impossible to find. Imagine walking into a store, paying for something with a penny, and unknowingly handing over a coin worth a fortune. The odds of stumbling across one of these 2007 double die pennies in circulation are incredibly slim. To date, only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and most of them are in the hands of collectors or investors who are holding onto them for the long term. Some collectors have even been willing to pay premium prices to own one of these rare coins, which has driven the price to incredible heights. Rarity, demand, and condition. The 2007 double die penny ticks all of those boxes. First, it's rare. As I mentioned, there are only a few known to exist, and because of that, it's in high demand. Second, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that are in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, are much more valuable than those that are scratched or damaged. These pristine examples are what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. And lastly, there's the historical aspect. As a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, one of the most influential figures in American history, this penny has sentimental and cultural significance. That only adds to its allure. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins in your collection, here's how to identify it. The main feature you need to look for is the doubling on the word Liberty and the date 2007. Examine the letters carefully under good lighting. The doubling effect should be clear, showing a shadow or ghost image of the original letters beside the primary ones. You'll also want to check the overall quality of the coin. If it's in great condition, with no major scratches or discoloration, that will increase its value even more. Keep in mind, this is a small error, and it's easy to miss if you're not paying close attention. If you're hoping to find one of these pennies in your pocket change, it's going to be a tough hunt. Since only a small number of these coins were minted, they aren't commonly found in circulation. However, if you're an avid coin collector or you frequent coin shops, you might have a better chance of tracking one down. Another option is to check online auction sites like eBay, where you can find these rare pennies for sale. But remember, if you decide to buy one, make sure you're purchasing from a reputable seller, as counterfeit coins do exist. It's always best to do your research and verify authenticity before making a purchase. Even if you're not a collector, the 2007 double die penny is a great example of how seemingly ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. It's a reminder that sometimes the things we overlook in everyday life might be worth far more than we expect. So, take a moment to check your change. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. In conclusion, the 2007 Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a true treasure for collectors. Its double die error has made it one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the world today, with a market value of $1.5 million. If you happen to have one in your collection, you could be looking at a life-changing find. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories and tips on how to spot valuable coins. We're diving into a coin that's been making waves in the collecting world, the 2008 Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. What makes this penny so special? Well, believe it or not, it's currently valued at an astonishing $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth $1 million. How does that happen? Stick around as we break it all down. Let's start with some background on the 2008 Mint Mark penny. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to take a trip back to 2008, a year of change for the United States and its coinage. Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, was being honored on the 1-cent coin in a big way as part of the U.S. Mint's celebration of Lincoln's 200th birthday. The year 2008 marked the beginning of the Lincoln Bicentennial 1-cent coin program, a series of pennies released to honor the life and legacy of President Lincoln. The program featured 4 unique reverse designs, each one showcasing different aspects of Lincoln's life. The first design, released in 2009, featured a log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's humble beginnings in a log cabin in Kentucky. While most of these coins are still considered regular, run-of-the-mill pennies, one particular coin stands out, the 2008 Mint Mark penny. This coin was part of the first year of production for the Lincoln Bicentennial series and is unique for several reasons. But it wasn't immediately known to collectors as being worth a fortune at SO. Why exactly is the 2008 Mint Mark penny worth so much? The answer lies in a rare minting error that occurred during its production. In general, coins are created through a process called minting, where metal blanks are pressed into designs by heavy machines at the U.S. Mint. During this process, most coins are minted with very little variation. However, sometimes things go wrong. A small number of coins are minted with mistakes, and these errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. The 2008 penny you're looking for is one that experienced a specific type of minting error. This coin, along with others in the same series, was struck with a very rare die error, which resulted in a double die obverse. In simpler terms, this means that the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the penny is slightly duplicated or doubled. It's not a huge error, but it's enough to catch the attention of serious collectors. Coins like this are highly sought after because they are incredibly rare. The value of a double die error penny can increase by thousands, but the 2008 Lincoln penny in particular has reached a mind-blowing value of $1.6 million, thanks to its rarity and the level of interest from collectors. Only a few of these coins were ever produced, which is why they're so valuable today. Now, you might be wondering how to tell if you have a 2008 Mint Mark double die penny sitting in your collection, or even hiding in your spare change jar. Let's go over some important things to look for. First, examine the date and the image of Abraham Lincoln on the coin. On a normal 2008 D penny, the word Liberty and the date should appear clearly, but on a double-die penny, you will notice a slight doubling in the letters and numbers. This is most noticeable on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. The most prominent sign of this error will be found on Lincoln's image. If you closely inspect Lincoln's portrait, you may notice that some parts of his features are slightly doubled or out of alignment with the rest of the image. The double-die error is subtle, but with a keen eye, it can be spotted. If you're unsure, you can use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. Another key indicator of this valuable penny is its mint mark. The 2008 D penny was minted in Denver, so you'll see a D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This is important because not all 2008 pennies will have this error. You specifically want to look for the D mint mark on the penny to verify that it's the right one. Now that you know what to look for, you might be wondering how to get your hands on one of these valuable pennies or how to sell one if you're lucky enough to have found one. If you found a 2008 D mint mark penny with the double die error, you should immediately have it authenticated by a reputable grading service. One of the most trusted names in coin grading is the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS. They have experts who can assess the condition of the coin and provide a certificate of authenticity, which can greatly increase its value when you try to sell it. Once authenticated, you can put it up for auction or sell it to a collector. Online auction platforms like eBay, as well as coin dealers and specialist shops, are great places to find buyers. In fact, several of these rare pennies have been sold for large sums through online auctions, with some even going for over $1 million. However, if you're in the market for one of these valuable pennies, you should expect to pay a premium. Rare coins like this one are usually sold at high prices, and prices fluctuate depending on the market demand. Coins with authentication and certification are particularly valuable because they're guaranteed to be genuine. Speaking of authentication, it's important to understand the role of coin grading in determining a coin's value. Coin grading is a system used by professionals to assess a coin's condition based on factors such as wear, scratches, luster, and overall appearance. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. When buying or selling rare coins, always make sure that the coin is graded by a reliable service. This helps you avoid buying or selling counterfeit coins and ensures that you're getting a fair price. Coin collecting has always been a popular hobby, but in recent years, it's become even more widespread. With the rise of online marketplaces and the growing interest in rare coins, more and more people are getting into coin collecting, and for good reason. Collecting coins isn't just about owning a piece of history. It's also about the potential for investment. Coins like the 2008 D Mint Mark penny show just how lucrative this hobby can be. Of course, not every coin will be worth millions of dollars, but there are plenty of rare and valuable coins out there, waiting to be discovered. If you're interested in starting your own coin collection, this could be a great time to dive in. So, there you have it. The 2008 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is not just another coin. Thanks to a rare minting error, it's one of the most valuable pennies in the world today, with a current market value of $1.6 million. If you're lucky enough to have one, make sure you get it authenticated and graded. It could be worth a small fortune. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content. And as always, drop a comment below if you've ever found any rare coins in your change. We'd love to hear about your discoveries. We're going to dive into a fascinating piece of history, the 1975 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what makes this particular penny so special? Why is it worth a whopping $1.7 million? Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this rare coin is the talk of the numismatic world. Before we get into the specifics of the 1975 no-mint mark penny, let's first take a moment to appreciate the history of the Lincoln cent itself. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and a wheat design on the reverse. This design was used until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which you may be more familiar with. Since its inception, the Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency, with millions of pennies minted every year. But it's the rare, unusual, and unique variations that catch the attention of collectors and investors. Now, let's focus on the 1975 no-mint mark penny. In most years, the U.S. Mint places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced. Coins made in Philadelphia typically don't have a mint mark, while those produced in Denver feature a D, and coins minted in San Francisco carry an S. However, the 1975 penny is unique because it has no mint mark, yet it was produced in Philadelphia, the city where the U.S. Mint is headquartered. The absence of the mint mark, though seemingly small, has turned this coin into a highly prized rarity. So, what makes this penny stand out in the world of numismatics? The 1975 no-mint mark penny is part of a fascinating era. In 1975, the U.S. Mint intended for all coins produced in Philadelphia to be without a mint mark, while those produced in Denver would have a D, and those produced in San Francisco would have an S. However, during the production process, a batch of pennies was struck without the mint mark that was supposed to be on the Philadelphia coins. For the most part, this wasn't immediately noticed, and the error went uncorrected. What makes this coin so remarkable is that it's an unintentional rarity, one of a kind, and incredibly scarce. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 1975 no-mint mark penny can fetch a high price, and the reason is simple: rarity. The fewer there are of something, the more valuable it becomes, especially when it's a coin that was never supposed to exist in the first place. A 1975 no-mint mark penny in excellent condition, especially one in mint or near-mint condition, can easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. The most famous example of this penny, which is in near-perfect condition, was sold for an unbelievable $1.7 million. This transaction has forever etched the 1975 no-mint mark penny into the history books as one of the most valuable coins in the world. You might be wondering what other factors contribute to a coin's value. Aside from rarity, condition is key. Coins are graded based on their physical condition, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A coin in mint state, meaning it has very few signs of wear, is always more valuable than one that is heavily circulated. Additionally, demand plays a huge role. If collectors are seeking a specific coin to complete a set or invest in, the value can skyrocket. When news spreads of a coin being worth millions, the market heats up, and the value can continue to rise. If you're looking to find one of these rare coins, there are a few things to keep in mind. The first is, of course, the absence of a mint mark. As I mentioned earlier, coins minted in Philadelphia typically do not have a mint mark, but the absence of a mint mark on a 1975 penny, combined with its rarity, is what sets it apart. Next, take a good look at the condition of the coin. Is it in great shape, or has it been worn down over time? The better the condition, the more valuable it will be. It's also important to note that these pennies can sometimes be confused with other pennies from around the same era, so make sure to double-check the year and the absence of a mint mark. Coin collecting, or numismatics, is a hobby that has been around for centuries. Whether you're looking to find a 1975 no-mint mark penny or just starting out, it's important to learn about the different types of coins and their values. A well-maintained collection of rare coins can be a great investment, and with the right research and attention, you could end up with a hidden treasure. If you're just starting your journey into coin collecting, there are a few key tips you should keep in mind. First, educate yourself on the various types of coins, the years they were minted, and any potential errors. Second, be diligent about the condition of the coins you acquire. The better the condition, the higher the value. And lastly, make sure to store your coins properly to preserve their condition. To wrap things up, the 1975 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is an extraordinary coin. Its rarity, combined with its unique production error, has made it one of the most valuable pennies in the world, with some fetching up to $1.7 million at auction. If you're lucky enough to have one of these pennies in your collection, or if you come across one in the future, you could be holding onto a real piece of history. Remember, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and there are plenty of rare and valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating content about rare coins and other numismatic treasures. And we'll explore the fascinating story behind one of the most sought-after coins in American history, the 1964 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Imagine holding a coin worth $2 million in your hand. Yes, you heard that right, $2 million. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Let's dive in and find out. First, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the penny replaced the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse until 1959, when the design switched to the Lincoln Memorial. Now, fast forward to 1964, a pivotal year for U.S. coinage. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies that year. So why is the 1964 penny so special? The key lies in a unique error, rarity, and historical significance. This particular penny wasn't just any ordinary coin. It's rumored that a small number of 1964 pennies were struck using leftover planchets from earlier years. These planchets were made of a slightly different alloy composition, which gives the coin a distinct appearance under close examination. In the world of coin collecting, these are known as transitional errors, and they are extremely rare. Another factor that adds to the coin's mystique is the speculation around its existence. For decades, collectors have debated whether these pennies were even real. But in recent years, one of these coins surfaced and sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. This $2 million penny is in pristine condition, what experts call mint state. Coins graded at this level show no signs of wear and retain their original luster, making them highly desirable among collectors. So, what should you look for if you think you might have a valuable 1964 penny in your collection? First, check the mint mark. The D signifies it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the coin's overall condition. If it's shiny, with no visible scratches or blemishes, you might be onto something. Lastly, consider the weight and color. The rare planchets used in these coins give them a slightly different hue compared to regular pennies. If you believe you've found a 1964 penny that matches these criteria, your next step is to get it professionally graded. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin. A high-grade coin can fetch millions at auction, as we've seen with this $2 million beauty. But why would anyone pay such a staggering amount for a penny? For collectors, it's not just about the monetary value. Coins like this are pieces of history, tangible links to the past. Owning a rare coin is like holding a small piece of America's story in your hands. Before we wrap up, let's talk about how to protect your coins. If you're a collector or have inherited a coin collection, store them properly to preserve their value. Use coin holders or albums, and avoid touching the coins directly with your hands. The oils on your skin can damage the surface over time. In conclusion, the 1964 Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a treasure. Its rarity, history, and condition make it a prized possession in the world of numismatics. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their values, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin, or if there's a coin you'd like us to cover next.